please. Welcome, everyone. My name is Lynn Schusler Williams. I am so excited to be your host for the Success Partners International Wednesday Training Zoom. We start all our calls and Zooms on Success Partners with our signature message. This is a message that all of us should memorize and internalize because you want to use bits and pieces of it when it's appropriate. And as you do that, each and every person on this line can say, I am part of a growing team of entrepreneurs with a shared mission of protecting and empowering 2 million new families and small businesses with LegalShield's network of law firms and world-class identity theft services. What we do matters, and we are looking for help. And with that, I get to go out to a gentleman who is a mentor to all of us, a fabulous coach, an author, a serial entrepreneur, a leader among all leaders, Mr. Timmer Halligan. The call is yours.
Well, thank you so much, Lynn. Truly appreciate your kind words. Let me go ahead and get off my phone. Am I still coming through okay?
You are. You're coming through just fine.
Excellent. Well, we'll go ahead and get started tonight, guys. Pardon me. I had a few technical difficulties earlier, but I think that we are all 100% good to go now. And I'm excited to be able to talk with you guys tonight on our Wednesday night team training call. And Lynn, I appreciate you checking folks in from all across the country. It's not as easy as it looks, especially when we're dealing with technology and people calling in and having to get people all muted. And so I appreciate you and all that you do for the team, and commend you and your team for all that you've done. You had two other couples with you when we were just on our recent trip down to Cabo San Lucas. And so I want to say congratulations to you and your team, and welcome everybody to our Wednesday night team training call. Timmer Halligan here from Chicago, Illinois. And I'm excited, as always, to be able to talk about LegalShield and to be able to share with you about how it is to get started as a brand new associate. I just started my 15th year with LegalShield back in June. And let me tell you, it's been such an incredible journey, and the friendships that have been able to be formed, the lifelong relationships that have had the opportunity to be formed are really just second to none. So, in our Wednesday night team training call, the first part of our call is about talking to the brand new associates. It's about talking to the brand new associates about what you got to do to get yourself started, what you got to do to get yourself fast start qualified. And then we're going to talk a little more in depth to really all associates. And tonight I've got a great topic we're going to be talking about on the second half of tonight's call. And, let's go ahead and get started tonight and talk about welcome, number one, to the brand new associates. Congratulations. You've made an incredible decision. I'm sure everybody on this line will attest to the fact that LegalShield has made them a better person. We have an opportunity to go out and change the way that people live their lives with our services. We have the opportunity to help people change the way that they live their lives with our opportunity. And I want to just say welcome to the team. And so we're just going to have a little conversation right now about what are some of the things that you've got to get done to get yourself fast start qualified. Then I'm going to show you a few of the places that you can go to, where some of the resources are, so that you can, start your journey here with LegalShield. Number one, is you're now a member of LegalShield. So brand new associates, one of the first things I encourage you to do is get on the phone and call your law firm. Get on the phone and call your law firm. Get your will prepared. Once you get your LegalShield app downloaded, start to get your will prepared. Why? Because it's an important document that you can now tell people that you've got done. The will is one of the first things that people get done when they get this incredible membership. And so if the will is one of the first things to get done, people are going to ask you, how was your experience getting that done? So don't procrastinate, get that taken care of. Maybe you've got a contract that you'd like to get reviewed. I always say to people, hey, send in a copy of your car insurance just to get a feel for, what they're going to do when they review a contract, what they're going to say, how the process goes. Because the better you can explain that process of using the membership because you've used it yourself, the better you're going to be able to explain that process and be able to talk about it when you're talking with your members. So number one is use your membership. Number two is, we want to help you just get organized and figure out why it is that you want to do this business. What is it about this LegalShield business that excites you? Your why is going to change. My why was, many, many years ago, it was to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. That's what I wanted to do. It would have paid for a little bit of extra tennis for my kids. It would have maybe gotten them in another tournament or something like that. And that's why I did it. Today it's about how many people can I help that are looking to make that 500 to 1,000 to a couple thousand to 5,000, whatever it is a month, that I can be able to be of assistance to them, because now I can help to contribute to other people's why. And that's really become one of my strongest reasons, why I work so hard to help people out in this business, is I know that people are looking for more out of life, and we have that opportunity to give people more out of life. And so you want to figure out, what is that why? What is that reason? You want to talk about that with your sponsor. You're going to do a game plan interview where they're going to walk you through a lot of the things that, we're talking about right now. Then what we're going to do is say, hey, listen, who are the top 30 people that you know? Who are the top 30 people that you know that we can write down on a piece of paper so that you and I, or you and your sponsor, can go through that list of top 30 individuals. From that top 30 individuals, we're going to then invite them to look at information. That's it. We're going to invite them to look at some information. We may do what's called a private business reception, where we'll invite people over to your house or to an office or somewhere where we can gather people together. We may invite your folks to a private conference call, which is a call that we do on the phone, just like we're doing right now, but you just do it over the phone, because people like to just check in and listen in, and we'll go ahead and talk to them a little bit about what it is we do at LegalShield. You may invite them onto a Zoom meeting like this. We do a lot of these where you and your sponsor say, hey, listen, you invite the people that you know over, and he will do it, or she will do it, or maybe their sponsor will because they're brand new. It's all the same. The system is exactly the same to get to where it is that you want to go to in LegalShield. So we may invite them to come on a Zoom call like this. We may invite them to a live event that they could come out and be able to see the information. I had a guy tonight that was in Quebec, Canada, and he brought a guest with him also in Canada. So I had a guest who brought a guest in Quebec. Now, I'm not in Quebec right now, but Mike Melia is in Quebec right now, Platinum Council member. So I just called him up. I connected the two of them via text message. I said, listen, he's going to come to this event in Quebec. Mike, when he's done, would you talk to him? And the three of us will get back on the phone, and we'll hopefully get the gentleman signed up tonight, as well as his guest. So you can invite people to go out and look at information. Now, our goal is to help you right away be able to get Fast Start qualified. So let me walk you through a couple things, that you may want to look at. In fact, hold on, let me get back to my Zoom. I got to get here. I got to share. There we go. I'll bring that. All right, so we're over here to our team website, guys. And this place is the place where you come to when you first get started, because we want to keep it really, really simple for you. And so when you come here, what you're going to notice is that I've made it really, really easy, or we've made it really, really easy to be able to go to our team's Facebook page. This is where we get connected, stay connected. This is where we talk about things that are happening. This is where we recognize people that are doing some really awesome things. This is where we do a lot of trainings and stuff. Next is this logs right into your back office with LegalShield. This YouTube channel right here is filled with all of our great trainings. In fact, last week, Miss Lynn Schuessler-Williams did an incredible training on networking. So if you haven't seen that, absolutely go to our YouTube channel. This right here will take you to our Shield Nation website. We're going to talk about Shield Nation a lot because we are part of the Shield Nation organization. It is one of the preeminent organizations in all of LegalShield. Our leaders, John and Darcy Hoffman, two incredible, incredible folks. And when you go there, you're going to see a lot of advanced trainings, a lot of things, that are going to help take your business to the next level, after we get ourselves all Fast Start qualified. And then this will get us right into the back office at LegalShield Engage. And this will take us over to our calendar so we can see where a variety of different events are. But you're going to go up here and you're going to go right over to that Getting Started page. And so once we go to this Getting Started page, we're ready to get started. And it tells you exactly what you need to do. So you go here right away. It says, click this button to Fast Start Qualify. You click this button, and it's going to walk you through the steps that you need to do. So this first one's going to tell you how you can receive a $300 bonus right now. And that's simply by enrolling $60 worth of memberships. Just think of 2 family memberships. That's what I say to people. Get 2 family memberships at $49 a piece. You're over the $60, and you add 1 new associate, and you're going to get leveled up, Fast Start qualified. That means you're now going to go from the associate level to the senior associate level, and you're going to get a $300 bonus for getting that completed and attending the Fast Start qualifying class. So $60 worth of premium. when we talk about premium, that is whatever that first month is. So if I buy a $25 membership, $24.95, that's $25 premium dollars. If the person buys a legal plan and an ID Shield plan family, both of them, that's $49 worth of premium. They give you 50 points. For that, you need a 60 to be able to fast start qualify. So you just really need, somebody to get the family membership and, then get another family to get the family membership for both, and get a new associate and you're there, or write $180 worth of premium, whatever is easiest and what it is that you want to do. Then what you're going to do is make sure you download these couple apps, LegalShield Engage and Prospect by LegalShield. Tonight, we're going to talk about Prospect by LegalShield quite in depth, so you'll be able to see more about that. Then you come here and it says download your first step guide. So it says download your first step guide, and it's going to go ahead and give you a great video that's right here. And you're going to take this document here and you're going to open it up and you're simply going to walk on through it. You've got yourself enrolled, so you check that off. You're an associate, so you check that off. You get connected. This is what your login name is. So as you become a new associate, you create a login. So for me, it's T Halligan. For you, it'd be whatever it is. So my website is thalligan.wearelegalshield.com. Ladies, I encourage you to use the login name .ladiesofjustice.com. And Ladies of Justice is an incredible movement that we've got going on right now, bringing ladies together all across the United States, Canada, and I'm sure we'll be doing the same thing over in England, because it's just a powerful movement of people coming together to be able to share and talk more about what we do in a very, very social environment. Make sure you get the apps downloaded. You join the Facebook groups that we have. Make sure once you get your app downloaded, your LegalShield app, that's where you're going to find your member perks. Now that's, you simply hit the little wheel there at the bottom of the app. It then takes you to another screen. Look for the member perks. So make sure you look for those member perks there. Make your list like we talked about. Get a group of about 30 folks, and then go through that with your sponsor so that you can get the best idea, the best game plan on what it is that you want to do and how it is that you want to invite these folks. Then you're going to invite them. Then you've got the live events that are right here. And then you're going to work to get on a three-way call. What is a three-way call? That just means with me and you and your prospect, or your sponsor and you and your prospect get on the phone after they've been invited to look at some information. And then your sponsor or your support team is going to help to have a conversation with that person on the other phone and move them closer to making a decision to become a member of LegalShield. That's really the whole business that we have. And then it just talks again about how to get that bonus. Right, $60 worth of premium, add one recruit, do it in the first 20 days, get a $200 bonus. It's really a $300 bonus. And, you're going to get that by attending that Fast Start qualifying class. Then we're going to look to help you get to that manager level. And guys, that is as easy as it is, when it comes time to, Fast Start qualify. And so I'm looking forward to, each and every person having their own story. Right? Their own story on what LegalShield has done to them since the time they joined it, through the process of getting to Fast Start qualifying, moving up to that manager level, going on to that senior manager level, up to the director, then to that senior director and beyond. And let me tell you, the tools that LegalShield has, when we properly utilize them, truly, truly helps for us to be able to get that accomplished. And tonight, what we're going to talk about is our Prospect by LegalShield. This is one of the most powerful tools that we have in LegalShield when we use it consistently. And I'm saying that because, guys, I don't always use things as consistently as I should, even though I know it's going to help me. So let's take a look. Prospect by LegalShield is the app that's on our phone that's filled with all of the marketing materials that we have in LegalShield, whether it's, PDFs, whether it's videos. We've got opportunities to be able to send people out information, via text messages, via social media, via private message. You can do all kinds. You can email things out to people. I mean, the opportunities and the possibilities are endless. But we got to make sure that we understand why we should use Prospect and really what's the power within Prospect by LegalShield. Number one, look at the numbers. I could stop right here, and that would be enough to entice me to want to utilize and talk about Prospect by LegalShield a lot more. 207 times more personal recruits, 41 times more organizational recruits, 37 times more personal sales, and 18 times more organizational sales for associates who do not use this tool. That right there says a whole heck of a lot. But what I want you to do is really, we're going to understand the power of Prospect by LegalShield. Then we're going to talk about what is inside of Prospect by LegalShield. And so when you take a look at what Prospect by LegalShield's capabilities are, and we're going to walk through how you use all these, but I want you to just take a look. See, we know that one of the 10 core commitments is to make 2 contacts a day. We know that, 2 contacts a day. And that's 5 days a week. That's 10 that go on during the week. That's 520 people that you have got in Prospect by LegalShield, just 2 a day. Now, again, they got to opt in to Prospect by LegalShield, okay? Don't just throw people in there. Let them know the emails are coming. Let them know to click on the link when they get it. And they now have the opportunity to be potentially in a campaign or something along those lines, which I'm going to talk more about the working parts of it. I want you to understand the power first of what it can do. And then we'll talk about what we've got to do to really use it. So at the end of it, 520 people are inside your Prospect by LegalShield. Now I'm talking about the membership right now. Now, 60%, what does that mean? Well, before MidOcean Partners spent almost $1 billion on what was prepaid legal services, now is LegalShield. They did their due diligence. They did their market research. They hired a company called Decision Analyst to go out and really find out for 2 full years. I mean, if you were going to write a check, some of you guys contemplated for 2 full weeks or 2 full years maybe on becoming a LegalShield associate and spending $99. They had to spend $675 million. And that was just to have the keys to the front door and then everything else. So they probably spent, close to, $800, $900 million on your company. And so they did the research and they realized that 60% of people would buy LegalShield if they just knew it existed. Now, that doesn't mean 60% of people are going to buy it today from you. About 15% will buy it the second you say the word will or legal protection or Equifax data breach. There's that percentage of people. That was me. I needed a will, and this was a cheap alternative in my mind way back in the day. So we know that 60% of people will buy it. So 15% right away, another 25% or so will buy it, with a few follow-ups, and there's about another 20% where it's going to take a little more follow-up. That's what it is. And so you're looking at about 300 memberships, and I just took it by $100. So it's about $31,000 worth of income. Well, when you look at that, and then you look at what's inside your Prospect by LegalShield right now, take a look at the number of contacts that you've got right now. Are you there? Does it say 520? Now, I'm just saying if you've been with us for a year, does it say 520? Because if it does, that means you're sticking with your 2 a day every single day, getting them in there. Now, here's the best part about it. Look at the leverage in time. 520 contacts. What you'll find is the membership email campaign, it actually sends out about 17 emails in a year. But I put 15 in there. And that's 7,800 emails that will be written and already sent out on your behalf each year. Now, let's just say the average email would take you 5 minutes to put together. And that means that you're religious in putting together those emails. You got videos already built into them. You got everything else there. That's 39,000 minutes of your time. That is 650 hours of your time. Or you could put them in Prospect by LegalShield one time. Now, when you take this and you look at it and you say, okay, if I'm going to use Prospect by LegalShield, I'm going to make sure my team uses Prospect by LegalShield. And then when you see that, let's just say you got a little team of 4 individuals. 4. Let's just say that's you and 3 other people on your team. That's it. See, I want you to understand that this Prospect by LegalShield puts you in the category with the big boys and the big girls in companies. Think about how many times when you go somewhere, the number one thing they want to get from you is your email address. Why? So they can catch you at the right time. That's what we want to do with LegalShield. We want to catch our people at the right time when the feeling is right, they need the services, but just 2 contacts a day. You're looking at, for that 2 contacts a day, 2,080 contacts at 15 emails, okay? A piece. That's 31,000 emails being sent out on behalf of your company because you're the CEO. So if you got 3 people on your team, you're leading the charge. You're leading by example. 31,000 emails. That's 156,000 minutes. That's 2,600 hours that you guys don't know, that you guys don't have, we don't have. And you're looking at what, 1,000, 3 times 4, you're looking at, 1,268 memberships, 48 memberships, something like that. Would that suffice for you and your team for a year? But you notice it is about consistency and discipline. I'm telling you, that is all it takes. Now let's take a look at a team of 10. 78,000 emails, 390,000 minutes, 6,500 hours, and that's 3,120 possible. Now I'm saying that's 60%, and I'm counting on people doing some following up, and I'm counting on them getting better at their skills. But guys, that is a big number. That's a solid 6-figure a year income by doing that right there. So let's talk about Prospect by LegalShield for a second, okay? So we now saw the power of what Prospect by LegalShield does. Now here's the icon, which is the app that you have, and you open it up and you go ahead and download the app. You can also go on the desktop. We'll talk about that in a minute. Right when you open up the app, okay, when you open up the app, this is what you're going to see. Number of contacts that people have got, the number of resources. And these are, obviously this one's doesn't have all the resources in it that this one does. And a lot of times you can get those resources from the Prospect by LegalShield website. We'll talk more about in a second, but it tracks you. Right away when you open it up. It tells you right here on this person's 262 people, 2 engaged this month. They're at 85% engagement. You'd like to say here, you're 2 days into the month. You should have 12 days, 13 days into the month, because it's Monday through Friday I'm talking about. This should be up around 24. So right now you're saying, I want to get those numbers up, but this right when you open it up, it tells you exactly what you got happening. Then when you come across and you open up the app, you'll see this little button right here, over here where it says contacts. So when you open up, it shows your contacts. Now these little stars it puts next to these people for you, these are all your contacts. Those stars tell you kind of how much they've looked at. When you open up the count them individually, right? You can put notes in there. Very interested in getting started. Person's got 4 stars. The system gives them the stars. The system gives them the stars based on the information that they are looking at. Next thing you do is you take a look at resources. Let's talk about what the resources are. So you open up this resources tab, and these are going to open up, and you're going to see opportunity with the plus sign, membership, share links, testimonials. If you're not CDL certified, it may not be in there. I'm not sure. Canada, Ladies of Justice, small business, group, training, other. I encourage you to go to these. You open up, you hit this, there'll be some videos in here. You may see a PowerPoint presentation. When I click open the membership one, I'm always looking to send the 11-minute and 44-second Don Thompson video. Tremendous video. If I want to be able to look at some things that we've got for LegalShield in Espanol, or when you open up this small business, you'll notice now they've got a video that Don Thompson did on our variety of different business plans. You'll notice also in that particular place that there's a new home-based business rider small video that's really tremendous. In this other section, a lot of people always say, hey, what happened to that Be the Change video? Well, it's over here in this other section right here. So I encourage you to go through your Prospect by LegalShield. That way you can see what it's all about, see what's in there. Next thing you're going to take a look at is campaigns. Now, campaigns are different than resources. Resources are something that I send out to people once. And here's what I'm going to also tell you. If you send out your videos, see, sometimes you guys are all sending a lot of videos and stuff out, but you're sending them from outside of the Prospect by LegalShield app. When you send them from outside of the Prospect by LegalShield app, you lose the ability to track what people are looking at. So you always want to get people into your Prospect by LegalShield, even if you don't have them in a campaign. Now, what I always do is that when I send some people information about the membership, I send them the Don Thompson video. I may send that as a resource. If they join, okay, I'm going to put them in this membership retention campaign. If they haven't joined, I'm going to put them in this membership campaign. Now, this is the membership campaign right here. And so, for example, you send them this first one. Now, listen, I hear some people say, you know, I don't like the way that the emails are written, and then so I'm not going to use it. Listen, I don't worry about any of that stuff because it's going to say exactly what I want it to say. It's going to give people the information. And if you do it promptly, it's going to come across and just be fine. So now when you open up these campaigns, right? So I open them up, you know, on my app, and I can actually click on each one of these, and it will actually show me the email that it's sending out. So this one right here, you know, hi, so-and-so. Most people like to hear other recommendations about any service they're considering. That's why I'm sharing this member testimonial video about how her provider law firm was able to help her when her basement flooded. It's such a common problem. Watch the Louise Brown minute. You know, she's a great lady out of Canada. When would be a good time for us to talk? And then it puts your name in there right away, your email in there right away, your phone in there right away. It does it for you. So campaigns, you know, if someone's joining, I'm putting them in the membership retention campaign. Why? Because that's going to send them some information that they can then, you know, find out more about how to best utilize the LegalShield membership. If they don't join, I'm going to put them in the membership one, and I'm going to go ahead and let that shoot out to them, and that way they can see what we've got going on. Now, this is the more cool stuff section because there's some really, really cool things that are in here. This is when you open up your Prospect app. Along the bottom, you're going to see where it says more. Okay, so you're going to see where it says more. And when you open up that more section, you're going to see this. Now, you're going to be able to get to your contacts from here. You can get to your resources from here. You can see what the various campaigns are. You can look at some of your statistics. And, you know, here, this is tied to the calendar. You can actually, from here, invite people right to an event right from your Prospect by LegalShield, and they can RSVP. When you get this settings section right here, the settings section, you open it up. One thing that's really, really important is you're going to see where it talks about your training partner. And you want to put your sponsor's email in there, or an upline support person. So that way, every time you send out something from Prospect by LegalShield, they're going to be able to get an email when somebody opens it, and you're going to be able to get an email, you know, when somebody opens it. And so, you know, it's just an excellent, excellent tool, guys. You know, and the numbers just don't lie. Now, this is your Prospect by LegalShield on your desktop, okay? And so when you go to prospectbylegalshield.com, you open it up, and it's going to give you this dashboard that you see right here. Now, this dashboard is going to talk about the contacts you've got in here. It's going to talk about the new contacts. It's going to talk about how many emails were sent. It's got these great graphs here which tell you when these emails are being sent, and it shows you where the most emails are being sent. So the tracking ability within Prospect by LegalShield is incredible. So you go to prospectbylegalshield.com. Now you'll also see, you know, when you get over here, like under resources, I believe you'll check. And in the upper right-hand corner, it's going to talk about, you know, resources that can be brought over to the app. There'll be a little window or a little icon up there that you can click, but you can actually add and remove with the desktop things that are in the Prospect by LegalShield app. You can't do that from the app. You do it from the desktop here. But these are, again, great tools. These are world-class things. I mean, look at those graphs. They can tell you where your highs, your lows are, and you can really take a good look at your business from your Prospect by LegalShield. So, guys, I think it's quite simple. Prospect by LegalShield has got a lot of great things in it. It really has everything that we need to be able to grow our business, and it's got the numbers to prove it. 207 times more personal recruits, 41 times more organizational recruits, 37 times more personal sales, 18 times more organizational sales. And guys, that is why Prospect by LegalShield is such a valuable tool. And so I appreciate you guys coming on tonight. Make sure that you check out our YouTube channel in another day or so, because we'll have this video up on our YouTube channel talking about Prospect by LegalShield. Everybody have a fantastic day, and bye-bye for now.